Okay, let's go again. DATACOMMANDER 1980. I know a lot of these 1900s are dangerous in the morning. Especially my rating's a bit low at the moment. I'm hoping, can I win against this guy? Statistically. But this is a bad time to play, I think. First of all, I'm not that awake, and second of all, I don't know, sometimes they're really just very strong, whatever rating, so, well, they seem that way. Anyway, so D5, a quick D5, is it? So what about Queen D6 here? Is that possible? Right, could double the pawns and take on D4, or Queen E3 is knight C2. It's not particularly brilliant. Alright, I think go back to this plan, double pawns. Maybe taking the knight B5. It's bishop C5. There's B4 there. For knight C7. That looks alright for a moment. So bishop C5, B4. Aha. Okay. So can I not? Right. So that's tricky. Bishop. There is knight D6. King F8. Maybe F5. F5. Yeah, I could go for that. Knight D6 and then F5. There's bishop C5, bishop H6. I'm taking on E6. So potentially I've got some big threats here. Using this rook, getting this rook out anyway. Using the F file. But what if... Okay, so check. Okay. It's worth weakening the king a little bit. Or playing bishop G5. Maybe bishop G5 just to threaten other stuff. If I take from G7, he takes though, is looking... I don't know, actually. Alright, let's go with it anyway. What about just B3 for a moment? Just reinforce the bishop. Then E takes F. Maybe I've got an advantage there. The pawn structure is not particularly hot, but he has 2 pawns up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pawn situation isn't hot. There's 2 sets of double pawns. If I want, with knight takes. Okay. So are these pawns vulnerable? Let's use the D file for a moment. Maybe rook D6. A4, rook D6, that sort of thing. G3. G3 first. King G2. That's B5. Okay, if the bishop moves, rook D7 now. So rook D6 could be good. Maybe H4, H5, H6. Rook D6. It's rook E6, rook D5, hitting 2 pawns. So I'm playing 2 pawns down here, but they're both, there's 2 sets of double pawns. So it doesn't seem that much of a big deal here. If If I can get one pawn back, that would be good. Without losing another pawn. For the moment, I'll just hold steady. Can I bring the king in? King e3. Just maybe h4 here for a sec. Okay, I'll bring the king in a little bit. Maybe to f4. There's not too many checks for the king on f4, I hope. Maybe bishop d3 now. There's rook d5. Maybe king e3 there. Bishop d3 covers c2. Right. Getting time pressed as well. On the same sort of time as me all the time. So what about king d2 and rook f4, trying to win b4? Rook f4 is looking good. In front of double pawns, blockade. Attacking b4, which seems a bit loose. That could be the way of trying to recover one pawn. If rook a7, bishop b1 here. If I can win just one pawn back, that would be really cool. Okay, maybe slipping into a little bit of doubt here. He's using a little bit of time here. 20 seconds or something. Give me a 20-second gap on the clock. So rook takes b4 and a4. Okay. He's immediately getting pawns back. Check here is not mate, is it? Which is a shame. But it's still useful, I think, for trying to win d6. Bishop takes f5 here. Then bishop takes h7. That's winning 2 pawns in a row. So I think I'm starting to equalise on pawns. Pawn situation's not too bad. Bishop g8 if he tries to win a2. Let's stick on the dark square for a moment. Okay. What's in the situation here? Yeah, bishop here. So that d5 is a bit... Well, I've got an outside pass pawn now. If I don't, I lose the bishop anyway, so it's not too much to think about. Will he give me an outside a pawn? That's the thing. No. Right, so if I take, then h5 is coming back. King e5, h... I don't know. h5, king e5, h6. h5, king e6, h6. He does come back there. I can fix a4 though. I can try and get the king in. Now I can get an outside a pawn. I can wait for that to go over to c3 for king e3. I think that's end of the game. Nice end game. Wow, just shows sometimes even if you're material down, sometimes if you If your opponent's got double pawns, sometimes they're not that meaningful. So 2 pawns down here. Interesting situation. Just getting 1 pawn back was a relief with rook f4. Maybe sort of overpressed. Comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks so much.